Had the tremendous NFL success, drafted in the first round out of UCLA, played 13 years in NFL. I was a member of the executive committee, NFL Players Executive Committee during 2 strikes, voted by my peers to represent them as one of the best players in the NFL to 3 consecutive Pro Bowls. Had everything materially, professionally that the world had to offer. But I didn't know Christ. There was an emptiness on the inside of me. Ended up having a career-ending knee injury in 1994. And because I had that deep, empty hole in my heart, I wanted to go out to the streets of South Phoenix and find some kind of significance and purpose, who I was, in drug addiction and irresponsible living. As a result, I got shot several times, both times doctors, a miracle that I did not pass away. I did not die. Ended up losing my freedom 3, 4 different times. It was in prison though, at a Bible study. Went and one of my lowest points, right after my daughter had been shot, I received a 5-year sentence and gave my life to the Lord. That was a start, and started reading these scriptures that most of my life made absolutely no sense. And I started understanding biblically, and I started falling in love with biblical characters. And I said, well, if God could change King David and use him, despite his transgressions, or the Apostle Paul or Abraham, he certainly will do the same for me and use me all for his honor and glory. And here we are today.
Part of my recovery story is the fact that I was able to open up and share some dark secrets with a mental health professional, some things that were holding me back from living a recovered life, being a productive and responsible member of society, because I kept certain things that were hurting me a secret. The awareness needs to be that addiction is not a moral issue. Just because we were addicted and we made some bad choices and had negative consequences does not mean that we're bad people. It means that we need treatment. We need professional psychiatric services. We need counseling. We need social activities. There's a holistic approach that goes into a recovered person, and allowing them to become, or giving them the best chance at becoming productive, law-abiding, tax-paying members of society. The thing I would say is you gotta surrender. You gotta surrender, because our biggest enemy, my biggest enemy, let me speak for myself, is my thinking. My thinking, and a sick mind conversing with a sick mind is never the answer. So I have to surrender and admit that I am powerless over my addiction, that my life is unmanageable, and I have to be willing to sit with counselors, with people in the program of Narcotics Anonymous that have been clean for many years, listen to their story, glean from what it is that they have to say, and begin to have the willingness to implement some of the things, and some of the things that aren't easy for those of us that come from an addictive lifestyle, implement those things so that we too can follow the example of others and recover. I was tore up from the floor up, beat up from the feet up, and needing a checkup from the neck up 6 years ago. I was homeless. I was eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, living in my car outside of an apartment complex in Southfield, Michigan. And the thing about it is, you know, I knew that I was better than how it was that I was living, but it was like, you know, I had an issue. I was stealing from myself and didn't even know that anything was missing. I didn't know that there was a solution until I took myself into inpatient treatment, and I learned about the disease of addiction, and I had a tremendous counselor. After my 2-week stay at Maple Grove, she suggested that I go to a 3-quarter house. I spent 3 months at a 3-quarter house, and that's where I met this professional psychiatrist who was also in recovery, 36-year clean, and his transparency and his honesty about his story, that gleaned off on me, and I could identify with it, and that got me to open up about some issues that I had kept private for so long. My message is, if I can do it, anybody can do it. And our message is that an addict, any addict, can stop using dope, lose the desire to use dope, and find a new way to live.
I am no longer bound by selfish indulgent spiritual indulgences. I'm free from that. And as a result, you begin to produce spiritual fruit: joy, peace, kindness, faithfulness, the fruit of the Spirit, all of those things, and you actually begin to manifest the character of Christ on earth. My negative sense of self has been turned into a positive concern for others. I love going in the community and sharing transparently my story so that others can come taste and see that the Lord is good.
Yes.
I say anything that impacts, that touches your heart today, don't give me credit. Don't give me credit, because by all intents and purposes, I should be in a dark, dusty, dirty box in somebody's graveyard because of smoking crack cocaine, active addiction. But God saw fit to let the enemy know that, you know what, you can take his integrity, you can take his freedom, you can take all of the accolades, the respect he earned as a 13-year NFL player, 3-time Pro Bowler, been to prison 4 times, been shot twice, beat down in the prison riot, major heart attack, all of that. Don't take his life. Because I'm going to bring him to the program of NA, Neil. That's right. Okay? And I'm going to get him a 12-step program, Rick. Right? And I'm going to teach him some principles. And then I'm going to clean him up. I don't look like what I've been through. I'm going to clean him up. And then I'm going to put him out in the community and use him, okay, as a testimony. As a testimony to what only God, the God of my understanding, can do. I got to give all the praises to where praises is due. We celebrate. I fully believe in the life of Jesus Christ, that he lived, that he died, that he resurrected, and that he is alive as we speak at the right hand of the Father.
Good news is that there is a chain breaker. There is a deliverer. There is one that's closer than a brother. He is magnificent, and all you have to do is just trust and believe that he is who he says he is, and give your heart to Jesus Christ, and hang around like-minded believers. Start listening to the Word. The Word of God is active and it's living. It has life in it, and he will transform your life. He will transform your life, make you a new creation, and old things will pass away. All things will become new. He will deliver you from whatever substance it is that you are addicted to, and you will have a new life, a new and better life, and you'll have dignity and self-respect. And as I was saying earlier, one of the greatest things about serving the Lord and about no longer putting any type of substances in my body is that I am a credit to my family, no longer a burden and no longer an embarrassment. And I can stand up with pride and dignity, and it's all because of Jesus Christ living on the inside of me, guiding me and giving me strength.